You know, how many quarterbacks they drafted every year, and how many of them end up being any good?
Very few.
What's up, guys?
We're joined by our special guest.
Yep.
It's here. I can reveal it. It's El Prez.
You hadn't revealed it?
Dave Portnoy. Well, I know you're kind of, this is a guerrilla attack. You're not allowed in here.
We weren't sure you were getting in.
They're lax this year. They're like super lax.
Are they ever?
I mean, I waltzed into media day last night.
Well, we're in a freaking food court, so like I think
this setup stinks.
Is this ridiculous?
This setup stinks.
Okay, so we'll
You're looking good.
Thank you.
So we'll put the. Should we do the update and come back? Can you got 5 minutes?
I drove here from Cowboy Jack's. Yeah, I got 5 minutes.
Okay, Portnoy joins us right after the update, and a quick word from our sponsor. Don't go anywhere.
All right, we're right here with Philadelphia legend Howard Eskin, who's been just full of verbs and accusations and nouns and all kinds of lies and slander. Howard, what's the matter with you?
Cheaters. I mean, listen, I like truth, justice, and the American way. And the Patriots over years have cheated. Now, they've been good, but they've cheated. So I'm just giving you the truth because I want justice.
I understand that. And I ask you, how in God's name were the Patriots able to stick their fingers down the throat of Donovan McNabb in 2004 to make him vomit on his shoes during one of the closing drives? Because that is the height of underhandedness.
He had bad breakfast. He had a bad breakfast.
They slipped him a bad egg.
Yeah, they slipped him a bad egg.
Play that as we're joined by David Portnoy, El Prez from Barstool Sports. He joins us not quite on Radio Row here at the Mall of America because the NFL still won't give you a credential, right?
That's true. They still ban us.
So if you're watching on the simulcast on NBC Sports Boston, he's standing just outside the fence because he's not allowed here on this side of the fence. But once again, here we are at the Super Bowl, and everyone's calling you cheaters. Dave, how do you feel about that?
First of all, I don't know who Howard Eskin is. I literally don't know who that is.
He's a longtime radio legend in Philadelphia.
Okay, so he's a zero. I mean, that's somebody they absolutely do not care about. But I'd expect that. I mean, it doesn't matter who we play. That's the narrative, and it'll always be forever. If we go, the next 5 Super Bowls, and we play 5 different teams, they'll all say, oh, you cheat. You got to do something.
Does it still bug you?
No.
Are you over it?
Over what?
All those accusations, because again, I always consider like a whiny Patriots fan who's always crying about.
You think I am?
Yeah.
No, were you at any time?
I was never a whiny Patriots fan. I have whiny radio hosts who look and grasp on any little angle. You're like one of those guys who'll probably. I don't know. Are you continuing the cheating narrative? We've beaten it all. It's over.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's
so there's nothing.
It's largely over.
Let me put it this way. I used to say Shaquille O'Neal would never win an NBA championship. That was like an early Dave Portnoy thing. And then he kept winning and winning. At some point, it's like, I got to get off this guy. There's nothing I can do. So that's like the Patriot haters. There are no enemies. There are no haters. It's almost like Tom versus time. That is all we are playing right now. It's legacy and how many are we going to end up with and things like that. And the Mike Felgers of the world and the Howard Eskins of the world, they've just faded away into oblivion, to quote Mike Tyson.
So give me the visual of what it's like when you're watching the Tom versus time. Since you brought it up.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
You're rubbing yourself.
I know. No, I'm glad he did it. I enjoyed it. It's good. I think you're seeing a guy who's starting to maybe see, the light at the end of the tunnel in the next decade or so, that he may slowly retire. And he's starting to...
Decade.
Yeah, so he's starting to get ready. What am I going to do? He's positioning himself with the cookbooks and all this stuff. So I like... Who doesn't like... People are complaining about that. Who doesn't want to see a little bit behind the curtain, Who doesn't?
No, I think it's largely good. Is it a little bit tempting fate? Like... I got all the answers. I'm beating time, and the game hasn't even been played yet.
But no, the game hasn't been played. But honestly, outside of Philly people being trash and me not wanting to have to hear the Howard Eskins and just the trash people of the world, if they lose this game, I want to win. I want every Super Bowl. But does it really matter whether you enter with 5, 8, 20? I mean, we've won so many. We've beaten so many demons. We're on our victory lap right now. So maybe it is tempting fate, but if somebody, God forbid, walked down and shot Tom Brady dead tomorrow, he still had the greatest career and greatest life of all time.
How do you feel about them sticking with Brady over keeping Garoppolo, and how do you feel about that whole thing as a hardcore Patriots fan?
Yeah, well, I never thought they'd get rid of Garoppolo. I thought they'd figure out a way because I thought it was very good. I don't have the answers on that one. I think it's interesting that the agent is the same agent for both. I think it comes down to Garoppolo. Brady made it clear he's not going anywhere, and Garoppolo wants to play. And the agent knows both those answers, and I think that's, for the most part, what it comes out. The controversy.
What did you want?
Do you think it was a mistake to trade him?
Yeah. Before the decision, what did you want them to do?
I want them to keep him. But I do think, I think the hands were tied in the sense of, I think Garoppolo wanted to play. And he wasn't going to sit there for another 3 or 4 years, and what are you going to do? Then you're just going to have a problem no matter what.
Would you have franchised him?
No. No, I think if Garoppolo, if the agents say this guy's ready to play, he's not going to sit there for 3 or 4 years. And you can franchise him, but even guys who haven't been happy in the past, that I don't think that works in football. I don't think you're going to have the backup quarterback breathing down the neck, wanting to play with the greatest quarterback. I think you're going to diffuse the situation. Go ahead.
No, you go.
And I'm going to say the controversy between the three of them, to me, I mean, yeah, no kidding. Like, I mean, the guy is 40 years old. Like, something had to go. Oh, you're saying the guy who eventually may have to retire and the greatest coach of all time who has always cut people at the right time, made the right decisions, and that the owner, that there's some discussion on how we're moving forward, that's natural. I mean, it's a natural thing. And this clown from ESPN made it like, what was breaking news in that story? Honestly, there was nothing.
So hold on, you think Robert Kraft stepping in and making a football decision?
Well, I didn't say he did that.
Is not newsworthy?
I didn't say he did that.
Well, you talked around it because you're afraid to actually say it. For some
I'm not
reason,
afraid. Michael, I am not.
So what do you think happened?
I just told you what happened.
Yeah, you danced around it.
No,
what
I
do you
didn't.
Think, what do you think?
I think what happened is Garoppolo wanted to play, and he said, "I'm not going to."
Who made the decision?
I think it was a mutual decision.
Who made the call? Who made the call in the Patriots organization, ultimately?
I think Belichick did.
You think Bill wanted to trade Garoppolo?
Yeah.
I think he knew he had to, yeah.
Oh, Dave, come on.
I'm telling you asked me a question.
Belichick said in the press conference the day he announced it, he didn't want to get rid of the player.
And why didn't he trade him the spring before when he could have gotten a big draft pick for him?
I think they found out that Brady, I think they're waiting for a sign that Brady was going to slow down.
Oh, come on.
What do you mean, oh, come on?
Did you think Brady was going to fall off a cliff?
No, of course not.
Okay, so why would they think he was going to fall off a cliff?
He's like miraculously somehow getting better.
Well, no, but you think Bill had it in his mind?
No,
that,
I
hey,
think
you know what?
No.
He could suck in the first month, and
I think this all came together with it's Garoppolo and Garoppolo's agent who said he's not going to sit around and wait another 4 years. That's what I think happened. When that happened, Bill and Bob had a very man-to-man on the up and up, eye-to-eye, compadre to compadre conversation, and they agreed that they have to move this guy despite how much they want him. And I'm sure if I said I don't want to move him, Bill got out. I don't want to move this guy. He's great. He could be a great quarterback, but we got to make the right decisions. Mr. Kraft, Bob Kraft, and I, and this is what they did. This is business.
Dave Portnoy, Barstool Sports, joining us here. Not quite on Radio Row because again he's banned. NFL still won't let him behind the rope.
You know, if we put up an electric fence, you leaned over, you'd get shot.
So what are you guys? I've been in New York. I've been doing my stuff. What are the angles? What angles? What do you have left? I feel like they've taken so much from you.
They have. It's hard, man. It gets harder by the day. I'll be honest. And I fear a blowout. Like I fear this won't even be a competitive game.
I think it's gonna be close. Are
you worried about the game?
I said this. All right. And
I think Philly's got the better roster, 1-53.
I don't disagree with that. And if you took the logos off the helmet, I didn't know who the players were, and it was just, Team A, Team B, I would take the Eagles. But I factor in, just like there was no way the Jags, no matter what happened, they weren't going to walk out of there beating us. They're just not. So the Patriot mystique, the Patriot, whatever you want to call it, that always plays with me. I think it's 75-25 Patriots. And just like a lot of their Super Bowls, it's going to be a play or two down the stretch. The Giants thing, they should have probably beaten the Giants twice. And they should have lost to the Seahawks, and they should have lost to the Falcons. So it's hard to tell in these games. You think it's going to be a blowout?
I think it might be.
Why?
I fear, because I just think the Eagles aren't ready. First-time head coach, backup quarterback. I know I hate to go coach quarterback. It's so basic. But really, Doug Peterson, he's never been in this spot, in this backup quarterback. I mean, if it's close, it comes down to those two guys at the end, and
I feel like that's just somebody who's had so many nightmares about the Patriots that he's giving you broken.
I'm a beaten man.
You're walking around like a jellyfish.
I truly am. But are you past the point of even worrying? Like, you might have worried about past games, but are you at a spot again where this is for 6? Like, what?
I'm excited. Like, I was very nervous, even though I thought we beat the Jags, and winning another one, it never gets old. The biggest factor in this one, if it was the Vikings, I probably would have, as a fan, you always have to look, all right, who are we playing? Philly is trash. Like in the East Coast, trash city. So to lose to this trash city is a problem. Like if you're playing a New York team or Philly or these East Coast just trash people. I mean, this is going to be the worst Super Bowl. When the Philly green shows up, and my guess is it's going to be 80% trash in the city because Patriot fans, they'll go broke if they go to the Super Bowl every year. It's a cold weather city. If you're going to sit one out every 10 years, this is a decent one to sit out. Hearing these people, I was in media day yesterday. It was surprisingly more Patriot fans. It was probably 70% Vikings, 20% Patriots, 10% Eagles, and they're just doing that skull thing right in the Vikings' face. Like, let these guys breathe. I mean, you just beat them. They're playing us. Why are you making fun of these Midwestern people? Philly is trash, so that's a problem.
So how many people do you have out here for Barstool right now? You said a minute ago.
36.
30. So you got 3. Have you taught your people not to feed the animals when it comes to the Philadelphia crew? Like, how are you telling them to handle the Philadelphia fans?
I think I've never been in a fight in my life. I like verbally attacking people and trying to destroy them mentally. If someone I think may punch me, I will run like super fast. I think there's a decent chance I get punched this week. Like, honestly, that's how trashy Philadelphia people are. In the Jacksonville Super Bowl, everyone universally, that was the worst Super Bowl ever.
No question.
Because Philly people are trash.
Win or lose, they're going to riot.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
You think you might get punched?
I think there's a decent chance.
There's no other fan base where you think you might get punched.
Yeah, right. I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not joking
sarcastically.
either.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trash. They're born from trash. They live in trash. They're greasing the light poles in Philadelphia. They're a passionate group. They care about their team a lot. I have the Fly Eagles, fly all that. What do I care about? Dealing with that. That's what I'm in Minnesota. We could have hugged. I've been fun. Oh, we're here in Minnesota. Now we got green trash coming here.
Dave, just real quick, how proud were you to get that smile from Belichick when you asked about the hat last night?
Big moment with Bill.
So describe for the people who don't know.
So he looked spectacular coming off the plane. I saw him coming. He looked like Al Capone. He looked like Vince Lombardi. So I phrased it. I said, "That's what you look like. How would you describe your look?" And it was his dad's hat, as everyone knows. He just looked at it. He goes, "My dad's hat." And the look of joy and pride. He wanted to hug me. He was just so happy that somebody took notice and asked that question. And I actually think it's worth 3 to 5 points on Sunday. That's how happy he was.
Did he remember you, recognize you?
I don't think he ever remembers me. Linda Holiday was there. I was talking to her for like 15 minutes beforehand. My guess is no, he never remembers.
And I don't want to burst your... He was asked like 4 or 5 times about the hat, so just FYI.
I probably led that brigade of asking it, and then everyone hears the response, and it's fine.
And how was Linda looking?
But FYI, that sounded like somebody who wanted to burst my bubble. Just as a preface, not to burst your bubble.
Of course,
4 or 5 people asked that. That was very much.
Of course it
I want
was.
to burst your bubble.
Hold on, I want to ask you one more thing, because you've actually kind of been in this spot yourself personally. What'd you make of the Alex Reamer stuff with Brady and that story?
Important clarification. I know what you mean by that. I complimented Tom Brady. I complimented him where Reamer's took a shot at him.
That's an important distinction. You're right. I get it.
He was an idiot for saying it. I think it was blown out of proportion. I listened to the clip. It sounded like he was just talking off the cuff. And as you guys know what I said, if you talk 3 hours a day, I don't even know if he's a regular, but if you talk 3 hours a day, you're just talking. So I didn't think it was that bad. But if I'm Brady, you have every right. All right, you're going to talk about my kid like that? Well, I'm going to go put you in the hot seat.
So hold on a second. You've been asked just to stand behind that rope there real quick. Yeah, it'll reach.
Yeah, no, they're walking away. It looks like
okay, fine. Okay, never mind.
Look at this. You're trying to disrupt my whole flow here. Is this happening?
Yeah, no, that's better.
We good?
Yeah, so keep going.
Jesus. So, he should. If you're going to say that, you better know that your station has the clout to back you up. And Brady, if someone makes fun of my kid, I probably wouldn't care. But if I did care, I'd use every method that I have to stomp on you. So,
boy, that seems like what a diplomatic non-answer that was.
Like, what were you looking for?
I mean, I don't even get how you feel. I asked you how'd you feel about that situation. I still don't know.
If I was Alex Reemsma, is that his name?
Reamer.
I would not attack Tom Brady was on my channel because you're a nobody. That's what I would say.
So Alex was in the wrong. What does it matter who you are?
What do you mean? What does it matter? It's Ted and Sam. It's like
what is Ted and Sam?
I have no idea
what that means.
Yeah, you're supposed to know. They're 2 guys. Manny Ramirez can throw the traveling secretary down the stairs because he hits 9,000 home runs. If you're a nobody, you can't do behavior like that.
So you can run nudes at.
The world, that's not a compliment.
Just hold on one second.
I don't think that's allowed on our airwaves.
Well, he provoked me.
Just stand by. Stand by. Okay, so what you're saying is you could do it because you're Portnoy, Reamer can't because he's nobody.
If I said that and I was an employee of WEI, I probably would be standing here right now. I'd probably been fired and that was the end of my career. I have nobody that I had to answer to. He does. So you got to be smart.
I just think as someone who's in the media, and is in that line of commentary that you wouldn't just immediately leap to Alex's defense. I mean, this is what we do.
Oh, you want me to leap? Yeah, I know, but Brady's within his right to be like, this guy's a jerk, and if it's up to the station, who clearly Tom Brady, has him on puppet strings. You got to know where you stand. It's just, He went out on a limb. You can't do it. I can do it. I'd say that. I would say those words and never apologize for it. But I don't have a boss, and I'm not beholden to anybody. So that's the difference.
How'd you feel about Brady coming out and saying he shouldn't be fired?
Again, I think that was a smart move by Brady. I don't know if he actually believes it, but he's the one who put him in this cocoon of horror, and now he's playing Mr. Nice Guy.
All right, Dave, how's Barstool going? How's the radio show? It's not as easy as it looks, is it?
It's not easy. We got a $100 million valuation, so it's good.
You got your company?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
100 mil.
100 mil.
From...
So I may buy your place in Nantucket.
You
build a whole plot.
You can buy 20 of my places with that. All right, Dave, thanks for coming by. We appreciate it.
That was a nice brag to end it, too.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that.
There you go. All right, we're back with the final word right after this.